It's time for another episode of Alternative Answers to Miss Universe Questions. Today, Mysteriah is going to answer final questions from 2010 to 2015. I hope you liked our previous episodes. We started answering Miss Universe questions from 1994, but you may have noticed I was kind of strict with the time in answering those questions. But last year, a final question was given 45 seconds to be answered. Now that's a good number to provide an epic answer, because I'm taking these questions seriously and will be doing this daily. Let's begin. With unsupervised internet use, young people get exposed to the evils and terrors of the world. They tend to develop addiction to the internet with games and social media, and they experience difficulties in developing social skills and connecting with people. But I believe that the internet does more good than harm. Because of the internet and the unsupervised use of the internet, kids at a young age have a very strong sense of freedom. The freedom to express and be heard by the world. There are bad effects of the internet, and that can be addressed in developing strong values at home, in school, and in communities. But I wouldn't even think of depriving young people freedom. I've always disliked my large monster-like feet. If you look at my feet alone, you would think I'm a man. I'm a size 10. It's so hard to find shoes that fit. But even if I have big feet, I always win when the shops are on sale. My size is never out of stock. My size is always half the price, 50% off. I have nothing against people who want to change their physical appearance, because in the same way that we encourage people to be kinder, smarter, healthier, better, we must not think less of people who just want to be prettier. But whenever we find ourselves not liking a part of our body, let's look again. Maybe we're just missing something out. I am a product of the things I've done. I've made many mistakes in my life, but I've learned a lot from those mistakes that I am no longer afraid to make new ones. Today, I am wiser, stronger, and happier. The only thing I have done in the past that I would never do again is having regrets about my mistakes. Today, I know how beautiful mistakes can be. And if we live a life of no regrets, it will be so much easier to be happy. My biggest and only fear is the tragedy of life, death, because it is the only thing that is certain in this world. I believe that we should never fear all other things in this world that are uncertain. Certainly not. But how do we overcome death, something so certain? I believe that if we live a life well lived, if we live a life of meaning, if we live a selfless life, touch other people's lives, and if we live to leave a legacy, we will never be forgotten. And that would be like living forever. And I know that if I do that, I no longer have any reason to be afraid. I am most proud of our overseas Filipino workers. Anyone, anywhere in the world has a Filipino working for them or knows someone who is employing a Filipino worker. These Filipinos away from home working hard for their families are the main drivers of our economic growth. They contribute to 10% of our GDP and 100% to our identity. That the Filipino people are warm, loving, persevering, and hardworking individuals who are willing to do everything for their families despite poor working conditions, discrimination and unfair treatment, loneliness and homesickness. The Filipino people are teaching the world a very valuable lesson, that we must be willing to make sacrifices for our loved ones. It would be a great honor to be a Miss Universe, to be able to have a platform to push for my causes such as LGBT rights and passage of divorce in the Philippines, to be able to influence people all over the world to do good and make a positive impact to the universe. My priority, if I were to be Miss Universe, is to create a campaign for women, young girls and boys, everybody, that we can all make a positive impact to the world. I will help empower everybody to push for their own causes and realize their own beauty, that if you do good, you are beautiful. I hope to award millions or even billions of crowns to pioneer every person's individual causes. We know that there can only be one Miss Universe, but as one person, I can only do so much. There can be a billion Miss Universes, a billion beautiful people who will do good, so we can all be beautiful like the stars of the universe. If you like this kind of content for this channel, hit thumbs up. If there are specific beauty pageant questions that you would like Mysteriah to answer, write it down below. And I'll see you tomorrow.